recipients are recognized for fostering bluegrass music's image, recognition, and accessibility. Since bluegrass's earliest days, the radio has been bluegrass's great ambassador, bringing the music to the people who maybe wouldn't have sought it out otherwise. The specifics of the technology may have changed, but the radio is still there, spreading the gospel of bluegrass to anyone who will listen. To present the Distinguished Achievement Award to Fletcher Bright, please make welcome Bill Evans.
Good morning, everybody. I'm honored to present this Distinguished Achievement Award to Fletcher Bright. Some of you may not know him, so let's meet this truly remarkable individual right now.
From the time I could reach the keyboard, my mother sent me to have piano lessons. She had grand visions of me becoming a famous piano player, I'm sure, but unfortunately for her, that turned into boogie woogie. So she sent me to take violin lessons, and I became interested in hillbilly and country and bluegrass music, and I became a fiddle player.
Fletcher Bright was born on June 27, 1931, to Gardner and Margaret Bright, and he's made Lookout Mountain, Tennessee his home for all of his 86 years. Fletcher was one of 5 children, and as he just told us, his mother would have preferred it if he had played classical music on the piano and violin. Luckily for us, Fletcher had other plans. It was during his high school years at the Macaulay School in Missionary Ridge that Fletcher and his buddies Frank McDonald, Sammy Joyce, and Ansley Moses decided to form a band after witnessing a performance by the Dixie yodeler Zeke Clemens in 1945. These boys had heard of Knoxville's Lost John and his allied Kentuckians. In keeping with the natural rebelliousness of youth, they decided to call their band Found Sam and the Dismembered Tennesseans. While college and military service separated the high school gang for a few years, the Dismembered Tennesseans were soon back together in the Chattanooga area, starting professional careers and families. Fletcher worked with his father in real estate and took over the business after his father's passing in 1960. Fletcher and his wife, Marshall, raised 5 children, George, Lizzer, Ann, Frank, and Lucy, and today Fletcher is blessed with 7 grandchildren. 4 of the 5 of Fletcher's children are here tonight. Obviously, life as a real estate executive had its exciting moments. This is supposed to be humorous. But luckily for all of us, Fletcher continued to play the fiddle for all these years as a dismembered Tennessean. It's a truly remarkable accomplishment that Fletcher's band, the Dismembered Tennesseans, has played music continuously as a band for 72 years. In the early decades, the Dismembered Tennesseans were anchored by the trio of Fletcher, guitarist and MC Frank McDonald, and banjo player Ansley Moses. Chattanooga orthodontist Ed Doc Collins joined the band in 1953, and many folks began to comment on how the band's dental hygiene had improved dramatically from that point forward. Folks also began to notice that as the decades rolled by, the Dismembered Tennesseans' music was sounding better, and the band started to travel more widely. Before too long, the band was celebrating its 40th anniversary some years ago now, but in the year 2000, singer, guitar player, and MC Frank McDonald passed away. This was felt as a great loss to both Fletcher and to the band. However, the Dismembered Tennesseans with new band members continued on and still make great music to this day. In 2010, Fletcher composed string orchestra parts to many of the Dismembered Tennesseans' favorite pieces and created the Black Tie and Bluegrass concert event, which paired the band with the Chattanooga and Louisville symphonies. Today, the band consists of Fletcher Bright, fiddle and frontman, Doc Cullis on banjo, Laura Walker on bass, Bob Martin on guitar, Don Castle on mandolin, and Ryan Blaylock on dobro and guitar. I first got to know Fletcher at the many music camps we've taught at together, from Tennessee to California to England. Fletcher is an early riser, and it wasn't uncommon for me to hear him giving a one-on-one lesson to one of his students at 6:30 a.m. He has taught literally hundreds of musicians in over 20 years of group and one-on-one teaching, and if you've taken a class from Fletcher, you know that he's the best.
Did I?
In 2006, at the suggestion of his son George, Fletcher and his family founded the Three Sisters Festival, a free outdoor bluegrass event held in downtown Chattanooga. Now in its 11th year, the festival hosted many of the family's favorite bands, including, of course, the Dismembered Tennesseans. Fletcher supports the American Roots Music Program at the Berklee College of Music, and he brings a group of Berklee fiddlers and other musicians to the Three Sisters Festival each year. I'm proud that IBMA is honoring this remarkable fiddler, philanthropist, bandleader, and master teacher from Lookout Mountain, Tennessee, Fletcher Bright. Now, this message from the Berklee College of Music's president, Roger Brown, artistic director, Matt Glazer, and other members of the Berklee American Roots Music Program faculty.
Congratulations, Fletcher Bright, from your friends here at Berklee College of Music in Boston and the American Roots Music Program on your amazing award from the International Bluegrass Music Association. You have been the secret ingredient in so much great bluegrass music that we wanted to do this special tribute for you. 1, 2, 3. You play right, Fletcher Bright.
With his gracious saints alive, Fletcher Bright.
You play better, polkas, rags, and wheels. With Fletcher Bright right there beside you, his wisdom there to guide you. Fletcher Bright, you will inspire me, yes he will.
Thank you, Fletcher Bright, for all your many contributions to bluegrass music. So many of us dearly love you and hold you very close to our hearts. Fletcher can't be here today, but accepting this award is his son, George Bright. Ladies and gentlemen, George Bright.
Especially that last video from Berklee. I'm proud to accept this award on behalf of my father. It's hard to express how proud and honored he is to receive it. The term lifelong award is appropriate. Bill Monroe became his lifetime musical hero in about 1948 when his sister Ann gave him the 78 with Mansions for Me on one side and Mother Still Sleeping on the other. Duets with Lester. Since then, he has never, ever stopped playing and learning bluegrass music. When Bill Evans mentioned that in accepting this award, I have to say something, I went to Dad for advice. He loves the microphone, and I am very microphone shy. So Dad looked me in the eye and said, keep it short. A man's got to know his limitations. So I could go on and on with words to tell you about Dad's love and devotion to bluegrass. The thing about Dad is, I can actually show you. This sounds weird, but I can do this without pictures, without PowerPoint. I can do it physically. When the music was explained, when the music was right, really, really right, Dad had a unique physical and visceral reaction to the music. You know what I mean. When your pulse is quickened, when the hair is standing up on the back of your neck, and when the corner of your brain says, just for a moment, Lord, take me now, that'd be fine with me. Anybody who's been around Dad musically for any length of time has seen this. So what would happen is, at any of these moments, you look over at Dad, and you'd see something for the first time you think, maybe he's having a grand mal seizure. Or a doctor friend of mine said one time, it's like a kid walking into Christmas, into the living room, and finding out he really did get a horse. So Dad would stand there and hit it, and it would be like this. So again, Dad really, really appreciates this and really wishes he could be here. Thank you.
You're so good.
Leadership